creating enums for the right use case is a powerful building block in Java. We've already seen how to create enums, but we can do even more with it. In this video, we'll be talking about enums with fields and methods. You can add fields to an enum in Java. Each constant in the enum can have its own set of data. Here's our day of the week enum example. But we've added an extra field to it. As you can see in bold, after every constant we have two parentheses, and between these parentheses we have a string. This means that now our enum has an extra field of type string. There are a few things you should notice for creating an enum with a field. First of all, we need to have this as a field in our class. And the constructor needs to accept this type as input parameter. Before we didn't need to add our own constructor because the default one was good enough. Please mind that this constructor doesn't have an access modifier. You are allowed to add private before it, but it will be private by default and there are no other options. The constructor in an enum is private, period. As you can see, we've also made a getter method for our field to get the full name. Let me show you how we can use this field now. We can access the fields of an enum constant using the dot notation and the getter that we made. So here we're creating a today with the value of Monday, and then we're using this today variable by in the system out print line saying today.getFullName. And our output is of course going to be Monday. We could add more fields and follow the same procedure, add it to all the enums, and add the field to the class and adjust the constructor, like this. So first I'm going to add it to all the enums. So for example, I'm going to give a number to this day, which is one higher than the ordinal. And of course, it's a forever discussion whether Monday should be 1 or 2, and I don't have an opinion, but it's on top in my example, so I'm going to go with 1. There we go. So right now I'm going to be adding the private final int number of day. And I'm going to be adding this to the constructor. And of course, in the constructor, I'm going to set the value as well. And after this, you can see the red squigglies go away and now it's happy. So I can add an extra field by providing all the parentheses with the extra field. Then I need to add the field to the class and I need to adjust the constructor accordingly. In addition to fields, you can also add methods to an enum, just like we did for the getter method for full name. But other methods are allowed too. Here you see an example of a method that determines whether the day of the week is a weekend day. And it's using the equal comparison for enums as we're used to by now. Alright, so this is how we can give enums more data fields and even custom methods. They provide a lot of benefits over using other data types for constants. If you're curious to find out how this all is working underneath the hood, go check out the next video in which I'll explain how enums work beneath the surface.